Loan star 352 hash. Whether that data bundle, Momo bundle, MTN Prestige, international calling bundles, just anything, dial *352 hash. That is call for everything. At Lone Star Cell MTN, we put your satisfaction first.
MTN.
Are you tired of fighting for graves every decoration day? Not just tired of fighting, but finding difficulties in locating the resting place of your deceased loved ones at a cemetery? Then worry no more, because Infinity
What's
Touch...
making your face sour again today? Bah, I'm supposed to pay my landlord today, but I forget today is Saturday and the bank is closed soon. But a big problem, oh, but in Lone Star MTN mobile money get push and pull service. Oh yeah, oh, I can withdraw the money from my bank account to my mobile money account and pay my landlord in 5 minutes. Hey, thank you, Jojo, thank you.
Banking with any of these banks: GT Bank, UBA Bank, Access Bank, Echo Bank, LBDR, IB Bank, Afriland Bank, or Global Bank. Simply visit the bank and request to link your bank account to your mobile money account. Get access to your money whenever you need it without any headache. It only takes 3 minutes. Mama more, whenever, wherever.
MTN.
On Friday, 17 November, Joseph Boakai became Liberia's new leader after his rival and sitting president, George Weah, conceded a tight election. This marks a peaceful transfer of power in a region that has recently seen many military coups. Joseph Boakai portrays himself as a simple man who rose from humble beginnings through hard work. According to his official website, against the odds, he secured a good education by working as a cleaner to pay his school fees. During this campaign for the 2023 elections, he successfully managed to craft a more energetic image after earning the unfortunate title of Sleepy Joe for his propensity to fall asleep at public events. In this episode of African Biographics, we'll look at the rise to power of Liberia's new leader, Joseph Boakai, as well as the gargantuan task that lays ahead of him to build Liberia. Born in November 1944 into what many have called humble beginnings, Joseph Boakai grew up in the remote village of Wasonga on the border with Sierra Leone, in Liberia's northernmost county, Lofa. His parents were farmers and could not read or write. According to Boakai, during his youth days, he walked more than 300 miles twice from Wasonga to Monrovia in search of his dream to be educated. Along the way, he did odd jobs, including working at the American rubber giant Firestone Plantation in Harbel, more than 35 miles from the capital, Monrovia, where he helped his guardian in tapping rubber for livelihood. Once he got to Monrovia, and as with many African children of limited means, Joseph Boakai bounced from one family home to another until he enrolled at the College of West Africa, one of Liberia's prestigious secondary schools. When he won a place at this prestigious school in the 1950s, he helped pay his school fees by working as a school janitor, cleaning floors and toilets at night and studying by day. Joseph Boakai later graduated from the University of Liberia with a bachelor's degree in business administration. After graduating, Joseph Boakai served in managerial positions in the Liberia Produce Marketing Corporation in the early 80s. He was then appointed as Minister of Agriculture from 1983 to 1985 under President Samuel Doe. As a minister, he oversaw the program to decentralize agriculture by creating regional hubs, and this became a major project in Liberia where many people are subsistence farmers. In 1991, Joseph Boakai served as Managing Director of the Liberian Petroleum Refining Corporation under the interim government of national unity during the brutal Liberian Civil War. This war had started on Christmas Eve in 1989 when a band of more than 150 insurgents crossed the border into northern Liberia from the Ivory Coast. These insurgents were members of a newly formed group, the National Patriotic Front of Liberia, headed by a Liberian exile, Charles Taylor. Joseph Boakai later went into private business following the replacement of the interim government of national unity and traveled extensively. He also spent some time in Ghana, but mostly remained home during the Liberian Civil War crisis. In 2005, Liberia's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf became the first woman to be elected as head of state in Africa. Joseph Boakai was elected vice president under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, a position he held for 12 years. As someone who was a heartbeat away from the presidency for 12 years and deeply involved in the difficult task of transition from conflict to peace and development, Joseph Boakai played a key role domestically and on the global stage in shaping policies that set Liberia on the track to recovery. During those 12 years, Liberia tried to turn the page on two civil wars that had left this once moderately prosperous country in ruins. But Liberia also experienced the deadly Ebola epidemic and remained one of the world's poorest countries. During these 12 years, the regime of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and Joseph Boakai was also accused of nepotism and corruption. When President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's two terms ended, Joseph Boakai decided to run for president.
I want to say to them that God will make sure that our mouth will be closed. That will be, I will defeat them more than 2018. Because I am the voice of the Liberian people and the Liberian people love me. I was reading in the newspaper, someone said, Liberian people will get Jawia one-time president. I want to say to them that God will make sure that our mouth will be closed. That will be, I will defeat them more than 2018. Because I am the voice of the Liberian people and the Liberian people love me.
For me, I ride back on the main road based on traffic. That the reason I take the female from it because passing between car when there is traffic. If you pass it between car when there is female, sometimes it can be the cause of it making accident because the female can stop from moving between the cars. I can be safe. I ride back with our female because I also be mindful to be smart in riding back with our female because on the main road when there is traffic between cars who pass. The female can permit all the pass between the cars. So that the reason I take the female for the feel relaxed.
We want to clearly say that the story caption that the Minister of State is in any kind of extra support to any other candidate is false, it's malicious, it is baseless. What the source is, we think that it is intended to distract our voters, and we call on our electors to remain focused, to listen to the leaders as the leaders have asked them to go and vote for the candidate.
I woke up in the morning full. I woke up with plastic. I found out I want to go.
I did not want to state this on the microphone. I have committed myself not to be where President Weah is. As a senator, every function where the president is, I would dare not to go there so we can maintain some level of respect. I directly regret why I did not make any move to prevent Musa Belete from leading Liberty Party. Musa is a criminal. Musa loves money. He gets it anyway, so he thinks due is only money. Musa is under duress. Musa is working for CDC. Musa's motive and goal is to destabilize CPP so that CDC can get a second chance. Since Musa Belete became chairman, Liberty Party has not issued one governance statement about anything critical in this government. Because the gentleman only took air with the government to ensure a second term, the only reform Musa is coming.
Today is Monday. Today is Monday, the first working day of the week. Having to be the 11th of March. Good morning and welcome to the Positive Show this lofty morning. My name is Louis Tell. Welcome to lofty morning. Marchi Content will join me later on the broadcast this morning on the show. And together here up to 10 o'clock this morning. There have been a lot of issues surrounding the entire weekend that intend to shape the destiny of our country in Liberia. A lot of Facebook posts, claim and counterclaim. Yeah. Let me say good morning to all our Muslim brothers and sisters as you go through the holy month of Ramadan. I pray that Allah grant your prayer request. Don't forget to pray for our nation, Mama Liberia. So I feel a viewer this morning, hit the share button, share other pages, and invite us on both to be the party love the morning. Good morning to our folks that are watching or listening to our online radio platform, www.loveradioonline.com. Yeah, the online viewer, thank you so much for joining our page online. Do listen to our FM band, 105.1 FM. Thank you so much this morning for following on native. What 95 morning? 105.1 FM this morning. We're there in Buffalo County. There in Maryland County. Good morning to you. Doing Grand Bassa, doing Grand Cape Man, doing Bombay County, Buffalo as well. Thank you this morning for joining us where you are. Mangibi County, Bon County, Nima County. Not forgetting 17 political districts of Montserrat County. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It probably seems to be very interesting this morning on the show. There are a lot to talk about. Auditor John Molu said the asset declaration team cannot be trusted. In fact, President Barker is working the path of former President George Weah. It is because he was not a member of the team, or because he supported President Barker, or President Barker is leaving out the team. That's why he sound the way he sound. Well, look, we're driving to the veteran auditor John Molu's Facebook post. Margibi County Senator Nathan Faramage said the asset recovery team is a witch hunt. If the students want to recover assets, you can start from 2005. Then you take the asset recovery team serious. Wow. The higher court asked you to vacate the party headquarters. We saw this happening to the party a few months ago on the issue of property, the renting costs. They asked the party to leave, now the CDC. So folks, let's take one from our sponsor, Loan Sasha MTN. This show is spread association of Loan Sasha MTN this morning with our prior sponsor. So like I said, Nusasha is our prior sponsor, so we'll go into one from our sponsor. Prince Johnny said something yesterday and he's sorry. You want to know what Prince Johnny said? I'll tell you. This is the asked to tune into the Love TV. We'll go live this afternoon with Yaka Koduba at 4 o'clock at his resident. They get response to national issue. On Love TV, Love TV will be bringing it live to you this morning. From political nonsense, we listed your people. From economic rubbish, accepted your people now. From political yabbies, accepted your people. Let it love us. Let it love us. Sponsor Lunsa Shell and be right back this morning.
Will you see Mama to pay for everything now? Hey, now small thing. Momo. Now the rain and the leather won't care you for. No, don't say I don't tell you. Will you see Momo to pay for everything now? Hey, now small thing, pay with Momo. Now the rain and the leather won't care you for. Pay with Momo. Now your transportation for motorbike, taxi, bus, keke, and rental car, pay with Momo. Oh, that yes, pay with Momo. Even in the market, you want to pay for better ball, you better pay with Momo. Well, you want to pay for 32-inch weed, but pay with Momo. Let's see, pay for anything and everything with MTN Momo Pay. It's simple, fast, and secure, plus no extra charge. Yeah!
Dial *156*3# or download the MTN Momo app to pay for anything, anywhere in Liberia. It's simple, fast, and secure. No charges and no holla holla.
MTN.
Hey! I take it all.
You say wedding?
Hey! Yeah! I pump it!
What happened? Where your problem?
My Mary, you talking to the latest little in town.
Where 1 year?
I just win one whole big horse from the Lone Star Recharge and Pump It promotion.
You say wedding?
2-bedroom horse.
Wait. I don't believe it.
Yeah, oh man. People winning motorbike, smartphone, TV, soft drink, data, credit, even mobile money every Friday in the draw.
Recharge and bump it. Simply recharge Lone Star airtime or data by scratch card or mobile money bundle to win credit, data, packs of Coca-Cola, smartphones, TVs, motorbikes, and a big one or brand new 2-bedroom house.
Hello, Lena. I shake it. I've been trying to call you. The rent money say he sent, and I get. I've been raising a party. I Lena now. I'm paying money again.
Simply recharge Lone Star airtime or data with a scratch card or mobile money bundle to win Baku.
MTN.
Liberia, are you ready? I said, are you ready to become a landlord? First time in Liberia, you can win a 2-bedroom house as a grand prize only with Lone Star Cell MTN Recharge and Bumper campaign. Yes, with Recharge and Bumper to become a landlord, plus win plenty of other prizes weekly, up to 10,000 Liberian dollars, TV, motorbikes, smartphones, soft drink, data, credit, and many more. That's right, your next recharge can win you amazing prizes like airtime, data, smartphones, original Coke from G5 Brewery, motorbikes, and more. Did I mention you can win a grand prize of a 2-bedroom house and become a landlord?
Yes.
LRB, recharge and bump it. Recharge and bump it. Recharge, Lone Star airtime or data with Momo or scratch card and win Baku.
MTN.
Having troubles remembering the plenty codes to dial and activate your favorite bundle on Lone Star Cell MTN? Well, don't you worry anymore because Lone Star Cell MTN has one code for everything. Yes, any bundle you want to subscribe to on Lone Star Cell MTN, just dial *352#. Whether that data bundle, Momo bundle, MTN Prestige, international calling bundles, just anything, dial *352#. That is code for everything. At Lone Star Cell MTN, we put your satisfaction first. What is making your face sour again today? Bah, I'm supposed to pay my landlord today, but I forget today that Saturday and the bank is closed soon. But a big problem, oh. But in Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money get push and pull service. Oh yeah, oh. I can withdraw the money from my bank account to my mobile money account and pay my landlord in 5 minutes. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you.
Banking with any of these banks: GT Bank, UBA Bank, Access Bank, Echo Bank, LBDR, IB Bank, Afriland Bank, or Global Bank. Simply visit the bank and request to link your bank account to your mobile money account. Get access to your money whenever you need it without any headache. It only takes 3 minutes. More, whenever, wherever.
MTN.
Liberia, are you ready? I said, are you ready to become a landlord? First time in Liberia, you can win a 2-bedroom house as a grand prize only with Lone Star Cell MTN Recharge and Bumper campaign. Yes, with Recharge and Bumper to become a landlord. Plus, win plenty of other prizes weekly, like cash prizes, TV, motorbikes, smartphones, soft drink, packs of original Coke, data, credit, and many more. That's right. Your next recharge can win you amazing prizes like airtime, data, smartphones, original Coke from G5 Brewery, motorbikes, and more. Did I mention you can win a grand prize of a 2-bedroom house and become a landlord? LRB, recharge and bump it. Recharge and bump it. Recharge with Momo or Scratch Card. Or buy your data and minute with mobile money and win Boku Boku.
MTN.
All right, folks, the commercials are done. Welcome back. Musa still having to be our proud sponsor of the show. So every morning we go to them, get word from them. So it's a regular thing here on the Positive Show this morning. It's good to be here this morning after a wonderful weekend. This morning, after a week, Matthew, like I said the other day, he's not been feeling too well. But by the grace of God, Matthew is back on his feet and he's back this morning on the show. Let me welcome Matthew. Sorry, we're going to get Matthew on the other side of the camera this morning, do something like a Matthew is here. Are you sure? Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, my brother and friend, and all our well-meaning Liberians and those listening to us in and out of Liberia. We love to say thanks to you people for always following it, whether or not the team is in full. Yeah, so thanks to you people, and indeed it's good to be back here. Like you informed them, that's it. Was caught up by the weather and had to attend to some medications and stuff like that, but we are back right now for Liberians and to give back to the society. This is what we love doing, and we are here doing it to the 40th.
So this is what we love doing. We're here doing it to the 40th, folks. Good morning, and like I said, so that got the issues going. The issue of wild fish, I've seen people look at it to be complicated. People are talking about it. Every government that comes to power have their own way of doing things. And we hope that President Joseph Yuma Barker can speak to the issue so that our parents can know where they are heading to, and how they're going to achieve it. President George, for President George, we have for 6 years took the responsibility as a government to pay the WASH fee of 12 graders, 9th graders, and so forth. But it's been a good time helping to take some responsibility off the shoulder of our parents, as far as making the University of Liberia all public university free. And then it's a good time. A few days ago, we saw the students of the University of Liberia protesting on ground that President Barker should not tamper with the free tuition policy. But I begin to wonder why is it that students or parents will be crying on the shoulder of the government on the issue of the WASH fees or the issue of what we call the free tuition policy at the University of Liberia. I remember Representative Thomas Fowler introduced a bill at the House of Representatives on the free tuition policy. And that bill was passed by the 54th legislature and sent to the House of Senate for concurrence. The House of Senate sent that bill into committee room. Since then, it's been in the committee room for almost 2 years now. Why I say that? Representative Fala did that bill. He want that to be a law, not a policy. That the government should take responsibility of paying the wild fees of all 12 grades in this country, and all public universities should be free throughout. So he introduced this bill that passes to the legislature, a House of Representatives passed that law bill and went up to the House of Senate that is still in committee room. Now, the Senate Committee on Education is being headed by Margibi County Senator Natalia Falumagay. So since it's Natalia Magay who's the head of the education sector at the Senate, having been the chairperson, she see reason with her colleagues to get that bill out of committee room and be looked at. I know sending your kids to school from ABC to 12th grade, you can afford WAS fees. And WAS fee is lesser. The issue of graduation fee is more expensive than WAS fees. I think for 12th grader, they should be paying something around maybe 900 or $65 US, something like that. And the 6th grader are paying something around 6 to 7,000 Liberian dollars. So let them Senate do the needful. Though the president is yet to speak on that, to tell Liberian if he will continue on that path to maintain the free tuition at the all public university, or he will continue that path of paying WAS fees. I remember many occasions, especially during the campaign, people said they can afford to pay the WAS fees of their kids. These same people who said they can afford to pay the WAS fee of the kids, these are same people coming to say the government should take responsibility because former President William did that. Now, it is not banning by law that the government should do it. It's that law that Representative Thomas Fala wants to see happen. That's why he put for that bill. And that bill is before the House of Senate for about 2 years. If the Senate concur with the House of Representatives, it will be sent to the President for the approval. It will be sent to the President for approval. And when the President approves it, it will be passed into law. And when it passes the law, now it's binding. When it passes the law, now it's binding on the government to take responsibility. It will be binding on the government to take responsibility. Binding the government to take responsibility. So for now, it's not law. So urging all parents, don't wait for the government to speak. Start looking for a child WAS fees. Your child is in university, in any public university around the country, please start preparing to pay the fees at the very university until President Barker can come out to tell us whether he maintain that policy or not. That was a policy that President Weah was doing. It was not law. Now, until the House of Senate can concur and the President approve it, then it will be law. Until then, please pay your child WAS fees.
Why it's true that we are calling on the parents, we are calling on ourselves to pay our WAS fees or the children tuition at the various public universities. Look, it's important that we also inform our president and those honorables who have the bill still in committee room, that they need to look at that. They need to look at it because it is very important. Look, every government should be responsible enough to, help the parents, help the youth, help students when it comes to the aspect of good education. And I think with the former President George Weah, former President Weah, who brought that tuition-free aspect at the public universities and also the WAS fees. Look, that was very good of him. And if this government don't want to have the students community going against him, like you saw soup
protesting the other day,
protesting, calling on the government attention to that indeed the WAS fees, the tuition free policy needs to be reactivated, come alive, because it is something that the President Joseph Yuma Boaka, I don't know as to whether he is, smartly trying to just let go that thing and see how this semester goes. Like, if people can shoulder the responsibility of this semester, then indeed he could quietly just ignore it and it slide off, or his attention has not been drawn to that. But whatsoever the case is, President Joseph Yuma Boaka, please, you need to look at this. It is very important because the students are now voicing out. They are not talking. Listen, so many times on this program, our reporters from the other counties reported that students from those counties are calling on the president that he should maintain the tuition-free policy and the WAS payment aspect. Let me tell you this. Go up, you come down. The question here is that why do you want to take or you don't want to continue those policies? Why? The former, or let's say your predecessor, your predecessor did it, and he's now indebted to WAS. He left on a clean note, meaning for the 6 years that he was in power, he shouldered that responsibility of paying WAS fees.
Okay.
Therefore, the University of Liberia, do we have teachers coming out to say that the past government is indebted to the institution?
Yes, let me drop that. Let me drop that, right?
Okay.
Let me read that, right?
Because if those are the things that the president,
the reason why you see the UL is yet to be open, right? It's because the management of the University of Liberia and the government has not yet concluded on some major issues that faces the university. Teachers paid. In fact, teachers complained that they were underpaying in Liberian dollars. Teacher complained that the facility at the University of Liberia for teachers are not in a good condition. Let me recognize my son, I call him my Allah. There in Rwanda, for a broadcast from Rwanda, Christian Allah. So thank you so much. They complained that the facility at the University of Liberia for teachers was not conducive. They also complained that the government needs to show some responsibility to get mini bus for the teachers. How can you tell me you paying teachers at the rate of $165 in Liberian dollar? You paying in Liberian, you already paid it. But our record in the country is 193, 194, 196. But you pay the teachers 165 in Liberian dollars. Now the part-time teachers also complain that if the government cannot go back, doing personal re-administration, there was an MOU signed. Doing personal re-administration, there was an MOU signed by the government and the Teachers Association of the University of Liberia, right? And they failed to live up to that MOU. So the teachers have passed government to that MOU.
Okay.
So the teachers are afraid. The teachers are afraid
to continue on that.
To continue on that path.
Okay.
So the teachers are saying, before we continue on this path, let us go back to the MOU and let the government live up to their commitment before we want to clash. So we hope that they look at that. Now, John Malu, Auditor John Malu, who said the other day, I can remember doing my administration, he said Manaseli government was 2 times corrupt than the late Julius Bryan administration. That's what he said, John Malu. That Manaseli administration was 2 times corrupt than the past administration of Manaseli. They seen John Malu said President Weah administration was corrupt. They seen John Malu now, who we saw during the campaign administration, when President Bouacar traveled to the US, either during the campaign or after the campaign or so, we saw President Bouacar moving around the US. Now, the assets recovery team, Malu is saying that this team cannot be trusted. He said the assets recovery team cannot be trusted. If all those on that team is corrupt, starting from Martin Kula, who is the head, the team is corrupt. If President Bouacar is serious on asset recovery, he should begin from 2005. Now, the asset recovery team is expected to start the asset recovery work on 2017. That means the entire President Weah administration. So Malu is saying, if the team is serious, let them begin the asset recovery fund 2005 to present. Mind you, now 2005, President Bouacar, at the time he was the vice president, worked under Manaseli for 12 years as vice president. So Malu is saying, if Bouacar is serious, he should go back to the Manaseli administration and begin to do the asset recovery from that endpoint. Now, when we come in, Nathaniel Fallow McGill, who is to be the senator of Margibi County, also said that he see the asset recovery thing as a waste because they only doing the work from 2017 to 2023. They should go back as far as 2005. From 2005 to present. So about the issue of claim and cannot claim the issue of the asset recovery. Now, if President Bouacar and asset recovery team go as far as back in 2005, they believe it will be transparent, it will be there'll be no wish hunt. But because President Bouacar has maintained the team to begin from 2017, so they see that as a wish hunt. If they need business, they should go after 2005. Now, that means President Bouacar also going after the United Party government that he lead today. That's why President Bouacar don't want to go. That means you'll be also exposing the United Party, and no one to expose themselves. So they are saying they should start from this end. And there's speculation in the public that the asset recovery team should go as far as 2005. Some say no. President Weah did not go that far. President Weah did not go 2005. But sometimes administration, we should look at it from 2 different ways. When President Weah came to power as president, he didn't set the asset recovery team to go after the United Party. Everybody get government property and thing, claim it. Now, asset recovery team will also look at, for example, you are working government and making $3,000 as salary end of the month. All the entire benefit, look at it. To look at the type of property you acquire in your time in government. Look at the salary and then determine if you are able to obtain that property while working for government. Because your salary will tell you you get small families to support. You get this, you get that. So all they will look at it. So at the end of the day, when they find out that you steal government property money to get certain property, they will seize that property. They will seize that property.
Okay.
Now,
So-
I come in. So one of these reasons the assets recovery team or seller is to go after those people who recover well. For example, they bring the former person in the picture. Former person over here. He built 16 houses in the Basel Seminary community. 16 houses. Now, is there believe that these 16 houses, it was a content money person, former person we are used to build these houses? That claim and cannot claim, right? Now, so the other declaration team will go after investigate. If they discover, oh yeah, person we are used, still used to the building houses, the asset recovery team will seize the property and turn it over to the government. But it's a process. You can turn the asset recovery team in court. So John Molu said this team cannot be trusted because those people on the team, some of them name are on the economic crime. The World Economic Crime List and names are there. How can you trust these same people whose names are on the World Economic Crime? Listen, how can you trust them? The same group of people, how can you trust them? So if they're serious, they should go far as 2005 and begin to take after all going from that time to the person. Now, President Weah did not settle no asset recovery team when you were president. He didn't do that. To recover thing. So he didn't do it, doesn't mean that President Baga won't do that. So people are saying Molu, it is because John Molu is not part of the asset recovery team because he supported President Baga during the campaign process. John Molu supported President Baga during the campaign process. So making this statement that the thing can be trusted is because John Molu is not part of the asset recovery team, or he's sensing that President Baga is leaving out the picture of the government.
My brother, the aspect of assets recovery, before I go into it, we have unconfirmed report that the UL, I think they are open people.
Yes, you have been open on Wednesday last week. Maybe you go to the family.
So let's just give that information straight up to you guys.
No, I was saying that's what we said. That was the point. No, we said the reason to protest the other day.
Yeah.
These are reason give it.
Sure. So probably maybe the government and the staff of University of Liberia have come to an understanding for which the institution is now academically active.
Every year story there, bro.
So well, we hope for the best, because let me tell you, our brothers, our sisters, our wives, our partners are in the university and they need to acquire their educational sojourn. So therefore, we pray that the government and the institution can, amicably solve whatsoever problem and make sure that the people get their education. So moving forward to the assets recovery aspect, my brother, if you are setting up assets recovery team, the aspect of integrity should be high on that particular list. Listen, you cannot take people who you say you want to prosecute people through this war and economic crimes court process, and people whose names are on the war and economic crimes court process or list, you got them as part of a team that should have integrity, should be clean enough to go after people who acquire certain wealth at the detriment of Liberians. No. Let the people be people who are clean. They should be free of corruption. Then you give the people the clear picture that yes, indeed, these people are not here to wish hunt. They are not here to, cajole us, to fool us and things. But let me tell you, the aspect of getting people who are part of the World Economic Crime Court to be part of this assets recovery. Look, my brother, it jeopardizes the entire fight of the War and Economic Crime Code. Let's be clear with it. Because it tells us that the president trusts those people and he knows fully well that they don't have any crime on their head. So therefore, go after people who we think are in the wrong. Those who we think stole from Liberians. Go after them. So therefore, this War and Economic Crime Code thing, we all cry for it and we want it. So when we have people, one of the reasons why the communication to the Senate, when they left this Senator Prince Johnson out and Yaya Nimne, you know why? Their hands are also part of the war and economic crime. Therefore, the committee, look, they are part of a particular committee who also supposed to be part of those committees that will be looking at that particular agreement. But the senators said, because they are part of it, so let's leave their committees out. And that's fair enough to say, okay, whatever decision comes from the committee now, with it being a committee without someone or a perpetrator in the war, we will trust it and know that maybe it's in the interest of Liberians. And maybe we'll take it from another end to try to analyze it. But that aspect first of kicking them out gives the people the hope that something good will come from that particular committee. That's how it is. So we now are having some doubt. We are questioning the aspect of people that you say should go after the, let's say, people who will be criminals. They use that terms. Who will be criminals. People should go after them. Who are those going after them to investigate? People who are also part of the War and Economic Crime Code. That if the War and Economic Crime Code should come today, you will have those people being tried, being sent to court. Are we serious? So therefore, people who are raising issues now about the entire committee, they are right. They are right. You can't have someone who somebody have accused before and have not yet been vindicated from the crime. They accuse that person of stealing, and then you say they should go and judge somebody who they say stole something. Go and find out, is that true? Come on. That person get an interpreter who can stand in for me to come ask me question. I'll ask you two the thing they both say about you two that true. And we'll be on it. So let every one of us be serious with this issue of the War and Economic Crime Code and the assets recovery. Look, those in the opposition now, then government officials who are crying and saying they think that witch hunt. Let me tell them, they had the opportunity to do it when they were given the mantle of authority. Did they do that? No. And therefore, they shouldn't cry that kind of thing. We won't hear the other thing from them. To say, people go back to 2005. That your business to tell someone where to go back from. You had a chance to do that. Why didn't you do it? Why? Because maybe you had your standard bearer, your president, who was also into the government within the Senate.
Now, that's the thing, right? So Martin, Joan Molu is excusing Martin Kula. He said she on a Facebook page. He said he described the follower of Councillor Sivo. He said Martin Kula, who is the follower of Savina Sivo, the former Solicitor General, almost the current Solicitor General, Councillor Savina Sivo, former of MPFL rebels. You are refused visa on multiple occasions. So he said Martin Kula was denied visa on numerous occasions.
Why?
on your denied visa on no occasions
Why? My man.
by the U.S. and listed in the Internal Audit Agency report for corruption.
Okay.
And listed in the Internal Audit Report Agency for corruption at the LACC cannot be the Messiah to recover stolen wealth.
Simple.
Not only in Liberia, but in America, Europe, Asia, and other parts of Africa.
That's one issue, and it's very, very cardinal. It's key. Let me tell you, in the Bible, when Jesus said to the people, who...
Then he also said, Ernest Coffey, who is a member and a special advisor to the team, the ex-auditor general, said the GSC and RIA airport, Mr. Coffey was accused of multiple corruption at the FIU. As such, he lacked the moral to lead the fight of corruption.
So that's it.
So Malu not just spoke, but he gave reference.
He didn't just speak. Indeed. Giving a reference, that's why when you were reading, I asked you why. Why? Now, if you have people being accused by such integrated institutions that you mentioned there, look, the LACC, they're not people to can't joke with. When they bring corruption aspect out on an individual,
Now, Martin Kula
you should know that the person needs to go and clear their side.
Martin Kula was the head of LCC when President Georgia took over. When President Georgia dissolved the entire LCC to restructure it and gave them a turning power to prosecute, Martin Kula took the government to court. At that background, the government paid him off.
Yeah.
Now, Martin could have been linked to MPFL. Let's agree that he was a rebel. He acquired knowledge. He went to school. He got educated.
Therefore, he needs to serve.
He needs to serve. That's one thing. But the issue of he being linked to MPFL, at the same time, we're talking about establishing the World Economic Crime Code.
Yeah.
If it's true, he been linked, according to Molu, right? Then, in my mind, he need to be excluded of the picture. You need to be excluded of the picture because you cannot be talking about integrity and these people are seen around. Now, my problem I have with people saying why I say that the asset declaration thing should go to 2005. You are not President Baka. President Baka starting from story 2. President Baka has a right to tell the assets recovery team to start from whatsoever he wanted to start from. Everyone in the government work at the way and pleasure of the president. Baka will not go after the Unity Party. Mayu, Baka is a member of the Unity Party. In fact, the Unity Party gave President Baka the chance to serve for 12 years as vice president. The same people you saw within the Unity Party government of Manasedi are the same people we are seeing today in the Unity Party government of President Baka. So you don't expect President Baka to go back to 2005.
To now go back after his own people.
After own people. He won't do so. That was in the preview of President George Weah at the time to set up an asset recovery team to go as far back as 2005 to go after these people. But he didn't do so. Now, if two are in a competition, and because he didn't do it, we are not doing that, we know. So President Baka do it the way he feel like doing it. Now, people see it as a waste. For me, I don't see it as a waste. They tell you they didn't do it. Now it's time. So I saw the post of Honorable Gray. He said, citizens or CDC is not afraid of the asset recovery. As far as concerned, the party did not steal anything from government. Those part of you did not see anything from government. Granted, people should be able to give account of anything they're being trusted with. People should be able to give an account. So let the House of Inquiry team do the work. That's the first thing. Let them do the work. Let's see if they'll be able to bring these assets that we're talking about. If they accuse anyone, they have the right to challenge it in court. And if that person has been proven innocent, let people know that this person is innocent. But one thing, the other authorities should not be targeting certain group of people because they think in their mind that these people are corrupt. The answer authorities should not target people that they think in their mind that these people are corrupt or people gather wealth through government money. No. They should be sincere to themselves. They should be sincere to themselves. When you're being given a piece of job to do, especially on the other issue of accountability, you have self-confidence. But when the public sees you as someone who cannot be trusted, it raises eyebrow. It raises eyebrow. Because people want people that they can trust. Now that he came on the link of MPFL, that reminds me of what Senator Pigeon said yesterday in the church. He said, soldiers are loyal people. Soldiers are loyal people. Let me bring what Pigeon said yesterday so that we don't want to say you say they say.
And what Prince Johnson said is scary. Let me tell you, NSA now needs to take strict surveillance on this individual, this senator, this citizen called Prince Yomi Johnson. It's very, 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 very scary. Let me tell you, people in military don't just speak for common men to understand. Looking at it, he was in church using a biblical term, calling together soldiers. Soldiers are loyal people. Indeed, you gotta fight until the end. Which one is the end? What fight are you talking about? They should assemble. Are you regathering your people, your soldiers? Let me tell you, Prince Johnson is alive. Therefore, you should know that his boys are also alive. Death may have occurred on maybe few, but it is scary for the senator to start, reassembling people. The security of this country needs to be key on the agenda of President Joseph Yima Boakai. Therefore, the NSA, Liberia National Police, AFL, I think they need to be on their alert. If you listen to that whole thing that you come into play, look, when you are wise and someone who get a little smoke in the kidney, something like maybe you've been wash yourself, you've been understanding something, brother, you will know that when a general speaks, at times he just don't say, take the arm, let's go. No. He will put it in a different term. And his people he's talking to will understand and know that there's a call. We need to attend to it. Liberia is not going back to those days. An individual or maybe few handful of people who feels like, okay, let's say the TRC came out. The implementation process spoiled the entire thing. Where certain councillors said, no, we don't agree to this. The other one say, I agree. Which brought issue on the entire implementation thing of the whole investigation they carry out and thing.
No, we'll go
How
there.
should things be?
I can we'll go damn into
I
the
can
TRC.
be-
That play the
before-
recording first,
We
brother.
will play that recording, but let me just say this. Prince Johnson, when you feel dissatisfied that indeed we are not to be targeted from things that we said at the TRC, because one of the major things there in that TRC is that nothing a man say at TRC should be used against him. So therefore, if he's feeling disenchanted with it, we don't want problem in our country. We should find means to handle this thing. Let's listen to Prince Johnson.
So that listen to Prince Johnson this morning. Let me bring you the Prince Johnson aspect during his service.
Or the struggle of Christ. You do not have some weapons. You do not have anti-aircraft, service missile, but you have something greater. Now, the other man is unmatchable. What? And so this morning, as I enter this channel this morning, I saw my children, press people on their press estate. They come to listen to hear what is going on in the city. And they are wondering as they sit, as they stand, equipment. They want to send out to the world what I have to say. Whether I have something to say about what you're hearing around all the across around. No. Today, I have something. I have Jesus. And so be a good soldier of the cross. Be a good soldier of Jesus. A good soldier where armed forces attack one another. I will find one about today. A commander was where armed forces attack one another. Even in warfare, a good soldier of Jesus does not desert his foe. Even in warfare, every warfare, where armed forces attack one another. I will find one about today. A commander was a soldier now to take care of a certain mission. There are laws that govern warfare. There are rules of engagement. You are not to be tracked. If you desire your post in warfare, what is the penalty measure in the UCM jail code of military justice? The penalty measure is when you discharge your post. In ordinary time, before a war, absent, before leave. You are not going to change 6 months out of the salary, but you must be punished. In the spiritual warfare, you be a good soldier of the Lord, be equipped.
He said, if a soldier deserves his post, is equivalent to death on firing squad.
That's one.
So whose soldier that deserves his post he talking about?
So let me tell you. When I said this, when I said that soldiers speak at times, and they will not just come clear and tell you. Therefore, you listen to it. Certain part there you will understand. Certain part, no. This man is talking, and I will tell you this. Maybe some of his guys are not in for the thing called violence now or fighting right now. No.
Go ahead. It's really loud.
Yeah. So some of his guys are not being interested in that thing they call violence. Therefore, he's using that means to caution them and remind them of the ethics. Some of the ethics of.
That's what he said. We're gonna adjust it. A real engagement. You know, talking about military justice. He said military justice. If a soldier deserves a post, the penalty is die by firing squad.
Firing squad.
So now,
or you go on AWOL.
You go on AWOL. Now, my question is, at this critical juncture where people are talking about war crime code, why should Prince Johnson be talking about war, talking about deserving a post, talking about killing people? It is a fierce tactic. It has been afraid of the war crime code, or you get saying things to put fear in Liberian people. But then I saw over the weekend, and I saw a couple of posts on some payment sons and daughters of Liberia saying that the Senate may not concur with the House of Representatives on the issue of establishing the war crime code. The Senate may not concur, according to some Facebook posts I saw from some permanent citizens in Liberia, some hurricane, that they are getting report that the Senate may not concur with the House of Representatives. Now, but watching the process, but do you know President Barker, the spokesperson of the country, Jamia Pia, who is the Minister of Information, they are all tapped on this matter.
They are not speaking yet.
They're not speaking yet.
The entire way this war crime code thing started, they started as secret part. That's how they are running it. Do you know how this entire war crime code is going to get into action? Do you know anything? Have you seen the plan of this entire this government way they want to implement the war and economic crime code? Have you seen it?
So,
Do we know?
No. That contained the old man this morning.
Salvation to move forward. You are not the same. Yesterday, the Spirit of God, I prepared them from the Spirit of God. But I, the persecutor, have become the preacher. So I can see.
He said yesterday you are a persecutor. You are persecuting people. So your persecutor now have become a Christian. So in my mind, the sinner is asking for mercy. Now, Paul in the Bible was persecuting Christian. End of the day, he got arrested by God himself. And he was also been persecuted by those people who didn't want him to get Christian to God. So Spirit is saying, he's been persecuted now. Prince Johnson, in this part of his message yesterday, begging for mercy. Though you are persecuting people before, but he's a preacher man now. He's a changed man now. Why people want to persecute him? Why people go after him? The message changed from Saul to Paul. Why people want to persecute Prince Johnson? That's what he said. That's what he said yesterday.
And he do not sound as someone who is willing to be persecuted. You don't see Ambi maintain himself all like that, bro.
It's not easy for a soldier to turn over. But he's saying he preach a man, the man a pastor.
This man should
man a pastor.
not be threatening our peace
He's a
and
pastor.
stability in Liberia. Someone may call it mere threat. But let me tell you, the fact that there still exists a town in Nima County that car cannot even enter, that a stranger cannot enter. Look, people that been Nima County, people that can go Nima County, they know what I'm talking. There still exists a town that cars don't enter, strangers don't enter, and Prince Ward Johnson enters that place at ease.
But he's not a stranger.
During the
He's a son of
campaign,
him.
yeah, coming during the campaign, when then President Weah first entered Nima County, Sanikwere, why Prince Johnson was in Sanikwere. Before the president arrived, he left. He went in his own town. From his town, straight. Let me tell you something.
No, I try to understand because I traveled now with President George. We are doing a campaign.
Okay.
When we got to Ganto,
All
we
right.
heard opinion in Uganda, but he went to San Nicolas in Nima County.
Okay.
The next day we got to San Nicolas, we heard that he left San Nicolas, he went to his hometown.
All right.
So he was in Nima 2 hour president. We was in Nima campaigning. So when we left from Nima, we went gradually there. He left Nima back to Monrovia. Now here's the thing. People should understand. The reason I'm bringing this clip in is because Don Molu said in his Facebook post that Martin Kula was a member of the MPFL. And Prince Johnson also was a member of the MPFL before splitting. At some point in time, they split. We had the IMPFL, we had the MPFL. So he and Chancellor came together to Nima County, right? To boot war. But at a later date, they had to split. He went away, did not went away. But Martin Kula said, John Bolin said, Martin Kula is a member of the MPFL. On multiple occasions, according to Molu Post, on multiple occasions, Martin Kula was denied visa by the US Embassy because his name is on the list of corruption, on the war crime code list. Since after the war, Prince Johnson have never traveled to the US. Never. All the thing was in Nigeria. All the trade have been in Nigeria, Africa. When he got that tip off that they were after him, he's resigned from the ECOWAS Parliament himself.
Yeah.
And from that day up to this day, Prince Johnson have not left Liberia. So the man's a preacher man now. Man, don't be surprised to see people standing up for these people. They put a change. So I want to end his message this morning.
No matter your criticism, no matter what you say about me. And the Bible says, Lord, my, no human brain, no human mind can stop what the Lord has prepared. That's how I put it with y'all. In the photograph also, when the things are real. That is what and others. Home. Where is it home? I've seen a beautiful girl. There is a old who are down. Their bodies have been broken down by see men, some men, strong men, that are weak. Yes, because of time. The sinner said something here, and we'll conclude on this first segment of the show from this point. He said, he's not deterred. He focused. Nothing can deter him. Nothing can scare him away. That's Senator Johnson. He's not deterred. Nothing can scare him, and nothing can take him away. So the power now, we watching the process to see how it goes. If the Senate concur, fine. If they doesn't, fine. They are the right. They have reason for doing so. So the assets declaration team should be focused. But if Martin Kula and Ernest Coffee, as Molu said, these guys have been caught in the web of corruption, then Mr. President, you need to record them. If only 8, those names, the Charles Coffee, the Martin Kula, is been caught in the web. Martin Kula, according to John Molu, was a member of the MPFL. His name is on the list of the welcome listing. And look at that list. I had it yesterday or last week. I'm going to go to that list where to check for the Martin Kula name. And Charles Coffee is been multiple times need on the list of correction from the RIA. The niche to checkmate these people. But I just want these people to recover access. I saw the name of our brother Martin called his name on the list. A young man, I appreciate so much, but that he was able to appear on that listing. But the entire team is headed by Martin Kula. And John Molu is saying this team should not be trusted. That's one thing. But on the other hand, Matthew, John Molu is one person who supported Bwaka during the entire campaign process. You got President Bwaka had left him out the picture. I'm not putting in government. On every activity, Bwaka had left Molu out the picture. So Molu coming out to say this thing cannot be trusted. In fact, he said President Bwaka is working the same work of President Weah. Do you think so? It is because been left out the picture? Because most of the time when people campaign for you and feel end of the day you won the election and you don't bring up part of your team, they come after you. It's when they say the worst about you. But I said he brought John Molu here and put it in government at GAC. When you were removed from government, he said that team was the most, I say he was most corrupt. In fact, was 2 times corrupt than the late Julie Bryant. You see John Molu. Now he was speaking of President Bwaka during the campaign process. Now President Bwaka has put people in the picture for now. So he's now telling us the asset recovery team cannot be trusted. Should Liberian trust the asset recovery team? Do the asset recovery team should start the recovery from 2005? Or do we want them to start from 2017? Let's hear Matthew, then we go to the phone and take our first batch of callers.
The president decides, even though it's not clear yet as to where and when the assets recovery team gonna start.
No, he said they should.
They should begin from
the administration should go after government of the administration.
past administration
Of his predecessor, that's George Weah.
No, was that clear that it should be the past government, which is specifically President Weah, former President Weah.
That's where the call comes in, that they wanted to go to 2005.
So the issue is that the fact that the president said the past administration, it could, how they call the Julie Bryant time could be included. Former President Ellen time could be included. Former President Weah time could also be included. So therefore, This thing again scares Liberians. That's why you have us raising the issue. Because you cannot come to the public and create one big question mark. And that's it.
Okay.
Leaving the time out, not specifying it, raises lots of eyebrows. That alone raises lots of eyebrows that you are getting now, that people are asking you questions.
Now, for example, you said raise an eyebrow.
When?
Now, go to your phone. I'm saying the communication. Now, you go to the phone now. The National Port Authority lay off some employees, according to them, for administrative reason. We don't want to waste on here, right? The National Port Authority lay out some employees, put them down, sack them, dismiss them, according to them for administrative reason. And these are people who see was loyalty to former President George Weah. They've been loyal to former President George Weah. These are people who see being loyal to former President George Weah. These are people who see it. So guys, you see the names, right? I will read that statement.
The management of the National Port Authority, NPA, after an internal investigation and in consultation with its board chair, has immediately terminated the following staff for financial improprieties and administrative reasons. Let me see how many names. So there are 10 names here. One, Gabriel S. Bull. Comptroller, we have Vakuma Dukle. Former comptroller, we have the Lokin David. Former LSP director.
That's the head of security.
Okay. All right. So, four, we have Sabato Dennis, former director for investigation. All right. The fifth name is Christian Brunel, deputy comptroller. We have Terence Doe, executive director for transport. We have Pee-wee S. Flomoku, executive director of human resources. 8, we got Patrick Suma, executive director to the office of former managing director Dinah Nimbo. We have 9 on the list. Civicius
Basiga.
Yeah, that's Basiga from Buchanan Port, the director. All right, and number 10, P. Mountain Zeze, Port Coordinator Buchanan. The management has subsequently notified law enforcement for owned. Let me see. Okay, owned position where applicable. The public is encouraged not to do business with these former employees. Signed, Sekou A.M. Dukle, Managing Director, National Port Authority, Republic of Liberia. So, well, yeah.
Now, all those names, all the things that you call, you just read out, right? These are people who believe to be a loyalist to former President George Weah, the controller, this and that. Now, these people, according to them, were working in the interest of former President George Weah. Now, they also believe when they put remain the system, these guys will link out information to the CDC government, the CDC in opposition. So get rid of them. They do the needful. When people have been accused, in my mind, I think the person should do this, should have suspended them, turn them over for investigation. If they've been proven guilty.
Now, let's see the reasons. The impropriety is quote unquote improper. It's for short, improper behavior. So the management now, what are those improper behavior these guys carry out?
In 2 months' time, he didn't tell the public. We don't know he talk about improper behavior.
We want to know it, because let me tell you, you cannot deprive a Liberian from serving his country only because of political affiliation. Now, the job given these people are not jobs that they are restricted not to identify with a political party. No. I stand to be corrected, but indeed, right now, no. They are free to participate in campaign for anybody of their choice, any political party of their choice. If that is not how it is, or that's not how it should be, let them tell us.
Now, I need that issue of political. They didn't tell the issue of politics there. So they politics out.
Yeah, so
improper behavior. So
improper
I want to
behavior.
know.
What improper behavior?
Since he took over as sport director. Since he took over as sport director.
What are those improper
behavior that will carry? Not himself financial stuff there.
My man.
Tell us.
He say financial improperties.
Now, so I come in now. So for the controllers, perhaps listen. For the controller, then perhaps they want to release some funds, and the controller said no, it should be done this way, or should be done this way, so they get it out. Or maybe there were
a controller, someone who is to control the spending of an institution will question. Even the boss make a request, you got to make a full request.
Sure.
You got to include your detail into it. The money that you need, the money that you need, what exactly you need it for? And the XYZ amount to do XYZ thing. So therefore, if the person feels like, no, if you are requesting for a light that worth $50, and you are saying you need $100 for one of that light, that person has the right to question you and say, well, no, I think you need to revisit this, or we will give you XYZ amount, because this is what we know this light
so
is
he
for.
be that
So therefore, and I mean, when the person doing their work, it is part of their work. That does in no way tells you that you should say for
Basiga,
improper behavior.
For Basiga, he was working at the port. He was employed at the port, at Freeport, when he got appointed by Bill Terry as the managing director for the port there in Buchanan. After the director there, quote unquote, corruption scandal, he left the country. Now, got appointed at the port. It's in the preview of the managing director of the port to appoint the managing director for Buchanan Port. But on the contrary, we saw President Bouaka appointing former Senator Kapi at the port there in Buchanan. There's no issue about that.
So therefore,
now,
Basiga already on his standby.
No, listen. It's like you are here and we say to our substitute in Grand Master as manager.
Yeah.
So if we say an opponent as manager, there are two things. Either the station will call you back on base, put in different position. But they feel insecure getting Basiga in the season because they feel Basiga perhaps is a loyalty to George Weah. So let's get it out of the picture.
Well, I don't want us to.
I come in now. Because if you say this person is indisciplined, in issue of financial stuff indeed, right? Now, tell us where.
Yeah. So that's
Or
it.
found.
So we now, let me tell you this. We need to continue asking the current director for the port. We need to ask him the reasons why he put down these people. They are Liberians.
But the man will say reason.
The reason isn't clear.
The man don't of you.
What do you mean?
The man said the improper behavior, in fact, he consult the board and board say for administrative reason. Now, when people say for administrative reason, when they attach administrative reason to certain thing, they don't want you myself to know about it. It's left with them. So now it left for those people who have been laid out to speak. The post attached administrative reason to it. So it left with people who have been laid out to speak. So that's what the reason I brought this into the picture. Those people who on the asset recovery team should not bring sentiment to the job. They shouldn't bring politics into it. Like what happened now to the to those folks that have been laid out. Right? You should come up with facts. Don't tell for administrative reason. So when you go after people, come with facts. That's what I brought in the picture. We should stop the witch hunt and do the work of the Liberian people. We listen too much. You lay out at 1.10 person? 10 person
on the list.
He said S, Y, and Z. Now, so they are not created and not space for additional 10% to get job.
Yeah. And those job aspect, it ain't in the press.
I'm getting this report that the youth chairperson of another party is not working at the port. I'm getting this report of Massawa County. He said nothing. See the other we wasn't here.
Yeah.
And you could not go there.
Yeah, maybe I was in the.
Now go on after the show. Thank you. Folks, at the junction now, we go to the phone line, take a few calls on our first segment of the show. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's hear you. Where join us from?
Is it Love FM?
Yes, Love FM.
Well, thank you. Thank you so kindly. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Pascal, let's hear you.
It's a pleasure. Let me say thanks. I mean, Love Radio, I mean, is one of our best. I will always follow. I mean, thank you for setting the stage this morning.
You're welcome.
Let me be very honest. I have not been a lover of Mr. Molu. But I think we must agree with his section, except there is a party sentiment clause that will engulf any Liberians who will not want to agree with what Molu has said or written. When this government was in opposition, there were people, some of them who are named on the asset recovery team. They were very clear that when they take over as a government, they will confiscate properties of ex-officials of government. You are aware they made this statement. I don't normally like to be personal, but you listen to Imaya Gonga, who always talk about the president building condominium, Tued and other people. You listen to Martin Colley. Somebody said, but who is asking people to retrieve assets of government? Can we first establish how did Martin Colley build the Lazuro homes in Ghana? I mean, how much does he work for? This man lives in exile, for example. He is not work for any government institution, nor a serious private institution.
So do you think he's not doing a work out there that is giving him money to build house?
So what is that work? And I mean, the first thing you were here when he discredited the now Minister of Foreign Affairs. It was Betsy Nyanti. In fact, he said the woman didn't have credentials. And the Senate have to confirm. You know, that was Mr. Boycott appointment. It was being said by somebody who he have appointed to retrieve access. If you didn't believe Matt, that Yanti didn't meet up with if he didn't, because it's how you're going to judge people. It's about the logic. And so Mr. Baka didn't have trust in what Martin said. And the legislature has to confront because they've always believed that people are being milk. You take money from the officials of government and blackmail others. How can that man be put on a corporate team to retrieve access from the officials of government? You see, how can Mr. Gongwe, who himself have a character that is questionable? I have no Gongwe for several years.
But mind you, Gongwe has served President Baka for a couple of years. Gongwe was in the office of President Baka when you're vice president.
Which office?
President Baka.
That is not true. You see, it is us that know the issues. Because I can tell you for free, Mr. Gongwe was in the office of former representative of district number 9, Matanaka Timba for Nimba.
For Nimba, yeah, sure.
I know his track record. So, no, I'm just telling you, these are the people that we know. You see, can I tell you, what led to Mr. Tingman losing elections in 2017? Can I tell the people here?
So, we are 1 minute, but you take another call. Quickly, get you 30 seconds.
I come in. Let me end on this note, right?
Okay.
So all we're saying, we are not against people setting up as a recovery team. I'm a supporter of people giving back to what they take from government illegally.
Sure.
But we need to have an independent mind. Look, you know what, Mr. We are there in 2018? He brought Arthur Johnson. Arthur Johnson has represented people from both government and opposition independent society.
Okay.
Why is it that we don't bring in people who are independent minded? Why are you bringing politicians and partisans? I mean, people want to consider that as a wisdom. This is the point that I'm driving.
All right.
If you brought independent party to retrieve assets that is belonging to government, we're going to accept. I mean, this is what media practitioners, journalists, people who are upright morally should be talking about. To bring a Conquer, a Martin Colley, a Claire Edward Martin who have had issue with CDC. How you think somebody going to seize that? Is that how we're looking at it? As a journalist, as people who are in the interest of the country? We are not saying don't sell up a team. We are only saying sell up a team that is more likely independent. There are people from civil society, from the private institution, from the private society. And I mean, that will look at things from a different perspective. When you bring Martin, and you bring Martin Colley, and you bring Imaya Conquer, and you go to Georgia and say we're going to compensate, you think that institution is going to be credible? You think we're going to look at from independent standpoint? Absolutely no. Even international community will need response.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'll take this one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's hear you. Anyway, join us from.
Well, let me say good morning to you, Louis. My name is Alvin Dara, and I call from the UN draft.
Alvin, go ahead.
And also, let me say good morning to your co-host. Louis, let me give the Almighty God thanks and appreciation for pumping breath into all of our voice to be heard. But Louis, I want to disagree with both of you in studio.
On what specifically?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason in which I want to disagree with both of you in studio, Liberia went to 14 years of civil crisis, and we had the first government in power, which Baka was seated as the vice president, and he told us that they had a lot of opportunity. We just squandered the opportunity. Now, President Wiyaki into the power, in which he did not order that particular government, but that government is the government of Liberia. Now, Baka, who came as a third man in command, I think if you want to audit, it should be very transparent to go back from the beginning after Liberia civil crisis, because there are not money pumped into the country for Liberia to be transformed. So if Baka will not go back to 2006, upward to 2017 or how you got 2023, then meaning it will be a serious witch hunt, because
so I come in, brother. Yeah. Why would we say that you disagree? We said the public is asking the correct team to go back at 2005, while others say you start on 2017. That's what we said. So we didn't say you start a specific play. We did not get a specific play. So
I listened to your co-host saying they had an opportunity, but they did not, and Baka had a right to start from where he want to start from.
But that's his opinion.
I think that's what he said, right?
That's
okay. So brother, let me say this.
Yeah.
Did President Baka tell you say the people starting from 2017 or 2018?
No, he did not make it official to say.
He said the past government, right?
Yeah.
Simple.
So
the past could
No, but I'm not quoting Bwaka. I'm quoting you who said Bwaka had the right to nobody got, because you had the opportunity to do so and you failed.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Bwaka should not go. No.
Listen.
Right? What you said. I'm not quoting Bwaka, I'm quoting you.
Don't paraphrase now.
So
I said,
if you get a recording, play a
no,
recording.
listen. He said Bwaka have the right. He said Bwaka have the right to tell me where to start from. Now what he's saying. Bwaka have the right to tell the team where to start from.
Yeah, but it's starting from now. It should be from the fact, from the beginning to the end.
Okay. No wahala. No wahala.
Let me be transparent honestly. When you come to the president, if you want to clean thing, from the usual state to the end. Don't clean thing for on time. They need the beginning. Then it will be a cheaper wage on.
It's true. But again, I would say the past could include the Julie Bryan, the Elliot, and George Weah. So that's it.
0887 105 105, 0887 105 105, and 0778 665073, 0778 665073, and 0887 105 105, 0887 105 105. Come on this number. Let's say this morning we are talking about the asset recovery team. People are saying the team cannot be trusted. You know, until someone has been proven not trusted, that give them a try. They give them a try. This morning, we part of the show this morning, 0778 665 073, 0778 665 073, and 0887 105 105, 0887 105 105. Come on this number. Let's say this morning. Now, people can be trusted. Let me say good morning to our producer, our senior producer behind the scene, who don't like to, they need to be heard. Now, brother, the Mara Gongo, the Martin College, the Liberians see the workings. Then they see very Martin Mara, I call it Gongo, who denied job when President Baga appointed the labor minister. He said he wanted a job.
Yeah, the EFL.
Yeah, he said he wanted a job. Now, after recovering, he happy he accepted the job. It means that's what he wanted. So,
the asset recovery stuff, I think, is something where it calls for neutrality, it calls for independence, and he wants to serve in that area because he think he is going to be neutral and carry out the workings of that particular area in consultation with law, and indeed to give Liberia victory over would-be criminals. So, yeah.
No, these are the same people that are accusing those put in opposition, in opposition, when the real time, they are simple accuse the people say, oh, they post TDO, they put in a criminal. So, after you say that the person is a criminal, can't prove to all that the person is criminal.
Simple. So you sat behind the fence not knowing what the person was doing inside, but because you saw them coming out every time shining, and you perceive, you concluded, let's say, that this person is a criminal. What is he doing in that fence? Like that whenever he comes out, he comes with money, he looks good and things like that. So therefore, the president now gives the opportunity to them and say, you know what, you're come and serve.
The people you said they put a criminal,
you people said, please go after those things, do every necessary investigation, and then tell us if for true the person a rule. And if the person a rule, everything that they have acquired at the detriment of Liberians, therefore, we will take it.
So you see, it's like you want to catch someone to court for stealing your property. For example, everything accuses Matthew. Oh, Matthew can steal from me. But so if I get Matthew to court, I should be able to provide the evidence.
Simple.
That Matthew can steal from me. Now let me bring this scenario in the picture. The issue of the late Shada Musu. When what's the name? Because Jerome Vela said it was former Mayor Johnny Tabakochi who sent Bali Tele to do the killing, right? When the police questioned Vele at the time, he said he didn't have evidence, but you are providing lead into the investigation. So these people who on the access recovery team, some member of the team, like the caller said, Martin Colley, the leader Emmanuel Gonkwe, these are people who've been accusing members of the opposition now, the CDC government, that these people are corrupt. Since they accuse these people are corrupt people, now President Barker has put on the team. Don't bring the people to post. They want the baby, they want to corrupt. Bring evidence to the fact that this person stole to build this house. Because you have provided facts. Mind you, if they accuse anybody of being corrupt, go to court, and the case taken against the asset recovery team, that person have the right to even sue the government. You know how to in the country? That $5 million lawsuit or Julie Boy before the government intervene and drop the charges, it may get me. The prophet get me. Pray you back to Morocco. We don't want a situation where the asset recovery team will bend their face down with shame. You are the simple man causing the person that road. So suddenly you are causing not come and show us the proof that these people stole. That's it. That's the reason for me. I think that the President Barker placed on the asset recovery team. They need to show evidence. Oh, because we have based 16 houses that government money. How is government money? So say you got on the team accusing former President George, we are building 16 houses, come and show the proof. So you don't come and say, oh, they are building that still hall. You tell us how you got the money to build a house, how you stole. Right? That's why you are on that asset recovery team. Now you are going to people. No, the first thing you are investigate, get evidence, and take the person to court. Is the court right to seize the person, but not you? So after you take committed to the court investigate and find the person is guilty, then the court seize the property and turn it over to the government. That's how it work. So thank God you get Martin Kula la councilor. You should know better. You should know better. Me work out those fire to the lab, Facebook figure, hit the share button, share other pages, and invite us on board to be the part. Thank you so much. So we'll take 2 or 3 calls. We'll come back. We'll go look at each of the fire. The fire been too much in the country. The fire been too much in Liberia. So we'll take 1 or 2 calls on the asset recovery team. When we take our break, when we come back to the break, we'll look at each of the fire. That'll be our last segment of our show. 0778 665 073 0778 665 073 and 0887 105 105 0887 105 105 0778 665 073. Call this morning. Tell us, where do you want the asset recovery team to start from? For those watching through the Facebook feed, whether on my live page or on our Law FM TV page, tell me, where do you want the asset recovery team to start from? Do we trust the asset recovery team? John Molly saying trust the people are so criminal in there. You clear? He says they're so criminal, majority are so partisan people. They can't be trusted. That's what John Molly said.
When you talk about the partisan aspect, I would say maybe I can agree it's small. But to say
no,
criminals,
you know, he's not money cooler corruption. LACC. In fact, the man was denied from going to the US. He also talked about coffee. RRA for cutting the web. So that look at it. So in Washington, Laffy tell us spring. Oh man, Patrick Koya see. Man, I see your problem, people. See your problem. You Prince calling people. Thank you for joining us this morning. So tell me. 0778 665 073 0778 665 073 087 105 105. Comment this number. Let's say this morning. Let's take word from our sponsor. Lone Star Sale. When we come back, we'll talk issue of fire. This is Liberia almost every week. So now, 1 or 2 fires will take place, people lost their life.
Someone say Kuku Menta, Puakaka will fire. And I laughed. That was a fun post that someone did online. And I saw it, I started laughing. I see they put with a political video, everything they want to put in inside it. But seriously, it was so funny. Yeah. He did a post with the lyrics of the song, campaign time.
You know, I saw one of my colleagues, I saw he post on Facebook. Hey man, hey man, coming, mama polo lolo, papa polo, let it start red there. Do not shake. If you shake, you are. You know how do you as well?
Yeah.
Fire, rah, rah, rah. It's not gonna be fire, rah, rah, rah. Mama polo are burning, rah, rah, rah. All the trees are burning, rah, rah, rah. Mama polo, papa. That thing I bring will come back.
Make you at least stress me, man.
That thing I bring will come back. Let's go, our bring will come back. Mama polo, papa polo, let it start red there. Do not shake. If you shake, mama polo, fire, rah, rah, rah. That thing is break.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready to become a landlord? First time in Liberia, you can win a 2-bedroom house as a grand prize only with Lone Star Cell MTN Recharge and Bumper campaign. Yes, with Recharge and Bumper to become a landlord. Plus, win plenty of other prizes weekly, like cash prizes, TV, motorbikes, smartphones, soft drink, packs of original Coke, data, credit, and many more. That's right. Your next recharge can win you amazing prizes like airtime, data, smartphones, original Coke from G5 Brewery, motorbikes, and more. Did I mention you can win a grand prize of a 2-bedroom house and become a landlord? Yeah. Recharge and bump it. Recharge and bump it. Recharge with Momo or Scratch Card or buy your data and minute with mobile money and win Boku.
MTN.
Having troubles remembering the plenty codes to dial and activate your favorite bundle on Lone Star Cell MTN? Well, don't you worry anymore because Lone Star Cell MTN has one code for everything. Having troubles remembering the plenty codes to dial and activate your favorite bundle on Lone Star Cell MTN? Well, don't you worry anymore because Lone Star Cell MTN has one code for everything. Yes! Any bundle you want to subscribe to on Lone Star Cell MTN, just dial *352#. Whether that data bundle, Momo bundle, MTN Prestige, international calling bundles, just anything, dial *352#. That's a code for everything. At Lone Star Cell MTN, we put your satisfaction first.
MTN.
Folks, we are back after that break. This morning, we are back after the MTN break. Thank you for joining us after the MTN break this morning. We are back on the show. Now, we want to look at the issue of fire. Those who started with fun, right? I remember when we were small coming out, there's a song, fire, rah, rah, rah. It's a going to be fire, rah, rah, rah. All the horses are burning, rah, rah, rah. O-U-T. Stand by yourself. Mama polo lodo. So we sang that song when we was a kid. Now I gotta understand the real meaning of fire. From November last year to March this year, there have been a lot of fire incidents across the country. A lot of fire incidents. There's nothing much been done to secure or to put an end to the issue of fire. I remember on June 22nd, June 21st, 2023. I almost died in another fire incident at the Sumasimaka Junction while working that morning. The whole relation caught on fire. Our meter burned into the ceiling and were unable to rescue any single thing. I lost my 3 telephones, my computers, everything left in the fire. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, hear you.
Yeah, this is Sarah Simon. I call from Johnsonville.
Sarah, go ahead.
Yeah, you just discussing the fire incident, which is, I know, is occurring almost on every day. We have to experience fire incident. But you see, one of the things is that the way we build our houses, there is no alley. Sometimes you see those things that happen, people call for fire service, no way to enter. And sometimes even the agencies that are responsible for that which is a fire service, they are not well equipped also. So government needs to look at all of these things, building the alleys, and then having those guys well equipped.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my recommendation.
Thank you. Okay, I thought you want to speak on the fire, but we'll come to that. Now, everyone wants to enjoy electricity. Everybody wants to enjoy electricity. But how equipped our homes are to prevent fire outbreak? How many houses in Liberia that have even fire extinguisher? I'll make it clear. If we have fire extinguisher in our building on the 21st of June 2023, we're going to rescue the building. So where the fire started from, it started from the main studio. We're going to save our transmitter room. We're going to save some of the offices. But because there was no fire extinguisher in none of the offices, in none of the buildings, I bet you today, take a tour to every home in Monrovia. You will not find fire extinguisher there. The next thing, there are too much illegal connections in our homes. Too much illegal connection to our homes. Someone will get a whole house that right. There's no stable last in the home. The whole house on the right. Sometimes, see the type of wire we use in our homes to run in our home to connect current. See the wire we use. We use use a thin wire. And AC current is strong. Very high voltage. Then you go use a wire to connect the entire home. No stable last in the house. The whole house on direct. Then the main matter was you on direct line from the post straight to your home, it's still in current. At the end of the day, some of the fire incident is our own carelessness as a human being. You know, before the war, Monrovia was not overcrowded like this. And a few group of people here in Monrovia, so at the end of the day, there was not too much fire incident at the time. So houses were easier to get to when there was fire outbreak. But now, people have built every alley. So there's no way for the fire truck to enter the community. There's no way. There's some community to enter here. Bro, no the girls are. You are producing my living room on a row. Number two, they respond for fire service. It's very slow. I remember my incident. We called fire service. It took them 2 hours. 2 hours before they got on the scene. And when they got there, the entire building already burned down. You're feeling. And we were around this one now like going to the community. Once in Market Junction, they bring it right on the road, right on the car road, on the car road. They took fire service 2 hours to arrive there. Now, when you live in your home, it's good to switch off all the appliances. If you get anything in your house, go to the breaker, call the breaker off.
So what about when I'm home? And I got to plug my things?
Yeah.
Is that an excuse? Let me tell you, LEC 1 is to be blamed. When you listen to some of the eyewitnesses and some of the victims of the fire outbreak of recent, they will tell you that as soon as King the breaker just poop, that how we start smelling smoke and the fire just catch up. This issue of stable electricity, we cry about it, we talk about LEC Bene, you take the money Captain from down there. What happened? President Bouaka met with the man after Yombly took money Captain to him, and the man posted, started bragging about it. The pro-tem gave me her blessings and said, I'm okay. And then we saw that photo passing all around. What happened? And the president only brought a boat chair, that all. He carried a boat chair to LEC. It's done. The president left. He went Ivory Coast to even negotiate. How on the agenda is the issue of electricity? The president now wants to shoulder the responsibility of
Monica part of the team.
Electricity, basically. My people, y'all need people, man.
In fact, Qatar was part of the advancing I went to Ivory Coast.
My brother, please. If the president think he want to shoulder that responsibility, no problem. But when the people cry about an individual who could possibly put the citizens against you, you should be very smart.
But Matthew, here's the thing.
The issue of fire outbreak, they often on quarantine.
No, we all have been blamed. Not LEC alone. It's not LEC alone.
My brother, you know, okay.
You know there's no stable lasers.
You know, how will people get appliances, stabilizers, not stabilizers, but freezers and things that you see?
No, sometimes it also depends on the wire you use to connect your house. Someone take the coin from the LEC pole to the house, it's good wire. So the wire they're using her to wire the house is sort of very thin.
Me, when I get no electricity outbreak, I get no knowledge on electricity. How do you expect me to know when the people in charge of electricity cannot carry on programs that will educate people about what to use, those appliances to use, and how to use things? Look, let me tell you,
listen,
that forget about
no,
it.
but listen, you're all Liberia, right?
I said LEC is number one.
No, both are responsible.
Number two, we the people ourselves, the community leadership that can firstly go and sell land. You're selling land, you don't leave alley. It's a bad thing. You have people, the other person, as soon as you get outside from your horse, you rent to somebody who own a horse. No space, no alley. When you get car, your car got to park way up on the road. You walk and come to your horse because no alley. In case of fire outbreak, how do you expect the firefighters to come? How? When the car comes, even the wire long, the wire, they are put. That tube is long, yes. They try, and when you way down, brother, and you
So now let me bring the one in the picture, right? My radio station, myself and God.
You are right on the road.
We're on the road, right?
What caused the fire? And it was current.
It was current, right?
You're not just still answering.
Not still answering the building, but for our own part, right? And you see the current how the current thing had that money in the building was on LEC, right? Now we noticed the issue of social smell in the building. We switched our double choke down, cut our station, our building off, right? But the wire from the pole got burned, right? Now we placed a call to fire service. It took them over 2 hours.
And fire service got her branch right around Stevie over there.
Bro,
they got truck parking there.
The Stevie Tower branch skin last minute of time. The first people that came after 2 hours call, it was from in town. Guess what happened? I call fire service head. Who call fire service on no occasion. The phone right endlessly, they didn't pick up. The last time pick up, they said, "Oh, we're coming." I will tell the 5 minutes for them. I couldn't see them. We sent somebody to the one here you're talking about. Eh? The person will call head of it.
My brother,
I'm coming now. We'll call head of it. You know how it got serious? I placed a call to the former police director. Pachesudu called them. They said, they didn't see you. The case took 2 hours. So when they arrived, after like 30 minutes, the people were near them and went to one say I should call the head of it before the key. So your call fire service. They are it's when they go for water. Okay, they are going for water. So their net response also contribute to the entire losses of property. Fire break,
they fire thing. Myself have my own personal experience
now
to fire.
I agree that our community people
stole
land. They sell land that they sell down to the alley. No, there's no alley right now.
No alley
for the car to drive in. Let's look at incident right to Vamua. That school right the road there. No one fire service got there.
Even the senator of Monsoglado.
You go around the road. You know how fire service got there.
So the
first thing they put delay.
Fire service. Look, there are 3 reasons why. Let's say 4. Fire service is also part of it. The aspect of carrying out programs. We see that at times they say, "Put fire extinguisher in your car,
That's how I'm about to go. They can be very drastic on vehicle without fire extinguisher, but they can be drastic on homes.
They are not.
So there's a need.
They are not effective.
There's a need that every single home in Liberia. Now you see the issue of we are in the 21st century, right? Everybody is hungry for electricity in the rural homes.
Sure.
So for that reason, they will do anything, whether illegal or legal, they'll do anything to get current in their home.
LDC isn't already responsible with the aspect of timely responding to the people requests whenever they got issues. So at the end of it, which is not or should not be justification for illegal connection, but therefore, when you try to sabotage people, you try to jeopardize things, you try to, subdue people to the aspect of your way for all. We the one will decide when to come and think. Then it make them go the extra mile at the detriment of Liberia, which we find out. But LDC, number 1, like I said, they are responsible for the fire outbreak. Number 2, my brother, we ourselves, we build our houses on the various alley. Now when fire outbreak occur like that, fire service found it difficult to locate the house.
The boy already get count already.
They get count already. Then when they can't, they gotta be looking for it. Where they go, like going there. Where they go? That one
and nothing. Can you imagine?
The third thing, the fire service response is poor and
very
programs. Look, the new team that the president has appointed, when they are confirmed, I hope we will have, fire service being proactive, having programs, educating people about things you should use.
But the next thing they'll brag on, there is no money for programs.
There is no money. The past government cried about no money, but we saw the government broadcast in the country trucks for the people, for fire service. Which at the end of it, they brag about and at the end, that kind of say, "Puri can't also soon."
So, but if you bring the vehicle is one thing, right? You'll feel that vehicle every time.
Yeah. Now, some of the things that
so they that there's no
they slow response.
A fire service can do the needful, right? Bring in fire extinguisher and demand every home to buy it for you.
Carry out programs that will teach people how to use
you get inspector on the field, go from house to house, any building that doesn't have a fire extinguisher. If I get, for example, you get 5-story building, that means that 5-story building should get more than 10 extinguisher in that building. That means each building should have one. Each floor should have one. Each floor should have one.
Yeah.
So if that being a 5-story building, that means you have not less than 5 fire extinguisher in that building. Because A reason the fire outbreak is too much.
It's scary.
What happened to the other day? The woman with children died. They ran in the bathroom for their life.
And you know, I was looking for something to lay my hand on, something that I saw before. Someone who always, you know, they take to the social media and carry out this prayer and prophecy stuff. And she said something that the fire attack is not natural. It is spiritual. Which is something that we as a country, our religious leaders listening, they need to join us. Let's pray against it if it is true. Let's pray against it. And why it's true that yes, indeed, it could be spiritual, but the aspect of preparedness. Are you prepared to withstand the fire outbreak? No, we are not prepared. We don't have fire extinguisher. We don't have roads leading to our houses. We don't have a stable electricity. When it comes very high at times that blow up things and lead to fire outbreak.
So as soon as one catch on fire, the possibility of the next one is seen.
Oh yeah. As soon as the other thing are on fire, just move lay down the other person, the fire gone. The fire gone to the other house. So it is very, very bad.
I was talking to someone the other day in Australia. The person said, in Australia right now, she said the war in Australia is like double. So a fire outbreak.
And let me tell you,
the way they build the houses now these days to avoid fire.
The honorable of District 17 honorable Bernard Blue Benson. He talked to his social media, and I think I listened to him once on their program at Hot FM, and he spoke about something about, you know, I forgetting the name though, but it is responsible to detect when there's
it's a fire alarm.
The smoke alone. That thing will alarm.
The fire alarm.
Quick. And look, he talked about maybe bringing some of those things that people can certainly, let me just, you know, say this to him. People can talk things at times and it'll be like, maybe the people are not ready for this. But I want us to just tell him, honorable man, it's true.
Now,
you as an individual, you can also bring that and also try your best. Make sure that the people at fire service try to talk in the interest of the people of District 17, the people of Montserrat, the people of Liberia, that, you know, there will be programs, there will be, you know, proactiveness in the fire service, that they will have things like that coming into the country. That, look, once you bring things like that in the country, you say by law, it must be everybody or
you see,
homes.
The fire alarm, even smoke. That's fire, right? When you cooking in your house, there's a huge smoke, that thing will alarm.
It will tell you. And like that now, when you get a fire extinguisher in your house, it's easier.
So before the hot got on fire, the first thing that you smell a burning thing in the house, right? And soon that thing hit the alarm, it will blow. So you already understand by that there's a fire source, there's something somewhere.
You get your fire extinguisher.
So by doing so, it helps a lot to reduce the issue of fire outbreak.
We need to do that, and he needs to put his foot down for it. Let me tell you, you can be in the house. All says yes. Just one single thing that you push, once it impact the life of Liberians, your people hail you for it. He's doing a lot of things, yes, but I think he and others need to put their feet down to this thing, call the fire service team, and make sure that they put in plans. Let me tell you, when you got people who lack vision, they will suffer your government, President Bouaka. Therefore, the people you send down there, I hope they got vision. I hope they try to connect themselves and try to bring in some
our
of those things.
legislature should be able to increase budget allotment for fire service so that they'll be able
the highest share of our budget goes to salary. So what you coming to?
All right, folks. Now go to the phone line. Let's tell us why do you think the issue of fire in this country, what can be done reduce the too much issue of fire incident in our country, because on a daily basis, every week,
Every
2
day,
or
yeah,
3
fire there.
incident will take place. Fire here, fire you, fire. So now we sang the song this morning that says, fire, 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 run, run, run. It's a going to be fire, run, run, run. All they all say are burning, run, run, run. O-U-T. Stand by yourself.
And we are not in any way mocking those victims.
No.
God forbid.
We
man say I was a victim.
But I said I'm gonna die.
So therefore,
fire on the 21st of June,
Liberians,
2023.
Liberians, we need to, you know, at least why it's true that it is serious, but let's just play small fun with it, small that
So that we take the stress out.
stress free our mind. That's all. But this thing is very serious.
Serious, it's very serious. I
very
see one of my mother washing, and I know somebody's keeping live. Tell you washing up from, please. Those are watching through whether my page or the station page. Get tell where you find out from so that we will know and salute you. 0778 665 073 0778 665 073 and 0887 105 105 0887 105 105. Comment this number. What can we do to help the government issue of fire? Fire. Not everywhere. Every day fire. We don't have fire centers in our country.
Scary.
No fire alarms in the buildings. We build on our alleys. The issue of electricity off and on is unstable. We thought why we used to run in our homes because of electricity. No money. Get money that one, man. Huh? You know, sometimes too much money. That money that one, I got money to buy that one or money with this one.
My man, the issue here is that who in authority that tell the people say, oh, this is the wire that you should use for this appliance? Who? Nobody. So therefore, let me tell you, I can call electrician and say, oh, please run my wire. Then you come and you tell me, say, my man, I would prefer to pull the other wire here or buy the other wire.
Sometimes
is that enough?
Listen about you. Sometimes the electrician tell you, buy this wire, cost this. And you ain't get the money.
Yeah, now, so why?
So that because the money you have, you say you get money, buy this.
We all know trade men. We all know our brother then. When they tell you say the thing is 500, you will go check.
Yeah, this morning we're coming. 0778 665 073 0778 665 073 and 0887 105 105 0887 105 105. Come on these numbers. Let's hear you. We talk about issue of fire outbreak on our last segment of our show. There have been too much fire in our country.
Yes,
everywhere. Fire. Especially the weekend. Oro got affected. Mama got affected this weekend. The RI got affected. Everywhere fire. What can we do?
Just from my area there, that people.
The church and school.
Tell about building there, you see it.
What can we do?
Therefore, that area don't have how to call free soil in there. That block. My brother, that LEC causing the problem here for all. LEC causing the problem. They often on thing there. It's too bad. And when the current is coming on, you know, the reason why it comes very high is because the current that interns ought to be getting, the current that gardeners ought to be getting, because they cut them off and say, let's send it to Synco alone. All those heavy voltage come straight to us. So at the end of it, and then the problem, we ought to all that heavy load, that kind of current comes to your one. It's bad.
So
but normally all through rainy season, when everybody getting the current like that, you will see the kind of fire outbreak like that. No.
But I still be correct. I'm not think this of fire outbreak I will occur before in recent time.
In recent time, no.
Compared to the past, there's not too much fire outbreak.
Because let me tell you, right now the current situation is too part of them first. That be clear about this thing. That be real about it. Even last year dry season.
You need to spread it to a fire outbreak.
I said last year dry season, the current off and on situation wasn't this way. It wasn't this way. When it come in, it will come all over. They will carry all over that will be on. When our fire says hours.
We're going to go to the window. Thank God that all over.
That how it used to be. But now, it to bar off the post they play very hard till the water drop bar away till everybody can come on at the same time now.
Okay, all right. So let's say this morning, what do we make of the fire outbreak in our country? What can we do to stop these things? Who should we have responsible? What do you think we need to do? 0778 665 073 0778 665 073 0887 105 105 0887 105 105. Come on these numbers. Let's hear you this morning. We'll talk about fire outbreak. To watching to the social media platform, leave your comment. I'm going to read it up for you this morning. We'll talk about fire. Every day fire. Every day we're going to fire this place, we're going to fire that place. And people dying from fire on a daily basis. What can we do to how can we find remedy to this situation? How can we find remedy to the fire situation? Fire every day. What can we do to stop the fire? What can we do to put an end to the too much fire every day? Fire said complain, there's no funny. Look at the physician see me, I can watch the show. Fire Fire said complain every day, they are low budget.
Chelsea visible baga.
Best in the world.
What best?
But wait, no me Ali can put more all the money. I beg you, no me Ali can put more.
Small child, depending on small child. Who don't even mention
Now what we paying for?
Na me ama.
Now what we paying for?
Labor.
Now what we paying for? That
the team is struggling.
But man, they forgot fire being the money, man. Is it serious? I seen someone else washing, but I'm still on the laughy and I don't guess your name. Get the way washing me form. Yeah, they put it in washing. Get the way washing form. I told you we're gonna almost all those folks are following this morning. Now, no, it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie my own page. I'm doing it this morning, so I try to see what I'm following up. Now, this is your fire, bro, right? What can we do? What can we do to put stop to fire? If it was real, about how to where the thing is dry. So I think that's what we call community engagement. The fire service needs to do more community engagement. And the funny thing is that when your house caught on fire, right? They will come to you to investigate. And at the end of the day, there's no outcome of that investigation. From the day, since the 21st
investigation outcome here.
Since the 21st of June 2023, when the city got on fire, right? The king, we did a report, official report to the fire service. I followed the reports 3 several kids that went to fire service. Every day they dream me. Because what they will come posting and tell around that place. They will come to investigation, then they will ask you that on the scene, who can property, how incident occur, right? You explain to them the main report. They will ask you to do a written communication to the office. You do it. And
let me tell you, for years, past governments, that's how it been. And our president now, President Joseph Yuma Boaka, His Excellency, said it's no more business as usual. Therefore, those in charge of fire service now, they don't need to go the usual way. Wherein the first thing, no program, no education concerning how to fight fire outbreak. Everybody that were even the nurses, the first thing they will tell you, they lay first aid, treatment.
When a child gets in your house, put in water.
The first aid team will tell you what you will do it before you take the child to the hospital. So before the fire service itself can come and fight the fire, that put it the medical way, that first aid education, we need it from the fire service. Now it shouldn't be business as usual. We need that first aid education. The first thing, the house, how you do the entire electrical stuff, educate the people about it. Even though houses are already built, but at least some of us who we not get land, we say we come and post on it down on there. Let's know how we do it. Let's do it in accordance with what you tell us. the education that you get, or we do it that way, then we say, okay, at least we on a little safe side. And when you bring in fire extinguisher and enforce it to the letter that every home should have it, yes, we will make it our full duty, our responsibility. It will be part of our things for the house. When you say you got furnished apartment and you don't have fire extinguisher inside, then we say you're not furnished. Bring it. That smoke alarm something is very, very important. Bring it too. Make sure you educate people about those things. You enforce those things. Let the people have it. Let me tell you, when the president said it's no more business as usual, all those things imply. It don't mean he can be for corruption, this, that, no corruption will be in the country. No, they're not out to ill. It means we put programs into place that will prevent people homes from burning. Even if we burn, they will not say fire service is not to be blamed in that case. Or even if the fire service gets there, the entire building will not burn totally. Fire service will come on time and they will fight that fire. So all those things need to be into place for the people to know that it's no more business as usual. Therefore, we will not say our country is rescued. But we had limited fire outbreaks during Ellen, during George Weah, but many a rampant fire outbreak now during our rescue.
Okay, folks, gotta go.
And you know, before we go, let's just give you this breaking information reaching us. We will confirm it as well, but let's just give it unconfirmed. Report reaching out says Managing Director Sheku Hassan Dukile has been linked to the missing 40 feet continuum of rest at the Liberia National.
I saw that stuff. But I'll still find that story.
We are following it or to confirm it.
Well, folks, on this note, I'll draw the curtain on this morning edition of the program, The Positive Show. Do join me tomorrow morning at 7:30. We will be back for the French edition, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Until I join tomorrow morning, have a wonderful working Monday, first of the week, on the nation capital Monrovia.
African soldier. Listen, let's say African soldier. Nambia Shikiwe African soldier. Woman African soldier. Jomo Kenyatta African soldier. Patrice Lumumba African soldier. Marcus Garvey African soldier. African soldier, show your power. Show your power, free your people now.